Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx, and as promised, Nowhere Safe 2, or Nowhere Safe Unintended Silence. The music in here is really good, again. Okay, let's start.
Hey there, little lady. Remember me?
Hey, wake up! What were you dreaming about? It was about what happened, wasn't it? Mommy? Everything's fine, sweetie. Just go back to bed. Daddy? It's fine, just do as your mother says. The next morning. What happened last night? I don't remember. You don't remember, or you don't want to talk about it? Obviously you don't want to talk about it. Look, I think you need to talk to the doctor about this. When I say something to you, you have to answer. Don't you see how much pressure your silence is putting on us? Daddy? Everything is fine, Kazumi. Let's get you to school before we're both late. Kento leers at me before walking out the door. Kazumi follows in disapproval. I never wanted to be someone like this. I tried as hard as I could to make sure that things didn't end up this way. However, bad luck seemed to follow me wherever I went. We make our own luck, Miss Yui. Don't forget that. I used to believe that, but now I actually don't think that's true at all. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, through no fault of your own. I'm right about that. Several years have passed since my assault. The police utterly failed to protect me from someone who they knew was a violent criminal. He had a history of crime, and for some reason, unbeknownst to myself, he had chosen me as his next target. To this day, I'm still not sure how the police could have been so negligent, but the state ended up paying me as a result. Ultimately, I'm not sure that this was a good thing. A long time ago, I received a large legal settlement from my previous employer. I didn't have to go to work after that, and never had to leave the house. 5 years later, I received another settlement. This time, it was from the government. The cycle started all over again. Perhaps this was the worst thing that could have possibly happened to me. Possibly, even though worse than the actual assault. Without any financial needs, I had no motivation to make serious progress in improving my condition. Kento and I met several years ago. We had arranged to get married, but things never came together. What that really means is, I was never able to stay in the front yard long enough to get through an entire wedding ceremony. On top of that, Kento's parents don't approve of me at all. They want him to find someone that's more normal, I guess. Sometimes I feel like I'm encored to the bottom of a deep grave, where people take turns throwing dirt on top of me, bit by bit. There's no ladder, no way out. It gets harder and harder to breathe. If it weren't for my daughter, I think I would have taken my life a long time ago. Who am I kidding? Even if I didn't have my daughter, I would probably be too chicken to do anything. I had Kazumi about 6 years ago. At first, everything seemed fine, but when she turned 3, I noticed that she refused to speak out loud whenever Aya came to the house. I couldn't understand why. I mean, my friend Aya has come to the house almost every day since Kazumi was born, but she just never got used to her. I thought it was strange because my mother and father came to visit only once a year, but she happily talks to them. Why wouldn't she say a word in front of Aya? Is it just because she's not family? I asked Kent about it, and he told me that he didn't really notice anything too strange. He did notice that she doesn't like to talk in the car if other cars or people are around. However, she does just fine when she's at the grocery store. But Kazumi started her first day at school yesterday, and Kento noticed that she wouldn't say goodbye when he dropped her off at her class. We tried to talk to her about it later, but she didn't pay anything and just cried. She didn't say anything and just cried. She didn't pay anything. Where did that come from? Her teacher called me this morning and left a message. I should probably get back to her right away and see if there are any problems. I feel so nervous about picking up the phone and talking to her teacher. I feel my teeth clench and my throat begin to swell. My blood rushes to my head over a simple phone call. Hello? Is this Miss Eguchi? Yeah, it is. My name is Kimiko Yui. My daughter is Kazumi. I think that she's in your class. Oh yeah, she's a very beautiful little girl. I'm so glad to hear that. I was a little bit worried when I got to your message. That's right, I called you because Kazumi didn't say a word during class yesterday. Oh? She didn't speak to me nor any of the other children. I have never seen a child do anything like that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm fine, it's fine, really. Does she have any other friends her age? Well, no, she doesn't. I see. Well, you could probably help her by starting with that. She may have just been extremely shy. It was her first day after all. Perhaps. Was she able to follow the class? Oh yeah, she followed along just fine. She seems to be a very bright girl. However, I couldn't get her to say a word. For I must say that she was willing to nod yes and no to my questions. Okay, well, I'll talk to my husband about it when he gets home. I'm really sorry about all of that. If you think of anything, please let me know what we can do to improve. Thank you. Don't worry, some children are just slow to warm up. You have a nice day, okay? My husband. It was a lie. I told in order to avoid explaining why I wasn't married. Kento was always uncomfortable with me saying that, but I sacrificed him being uncomfortable for my convenience. I guess I was being selfish, but I didn't care. I will have to talk to Kento about Kazumi when he gets back from the bakery. Hey, you're home. Oh good, I have something I've been wanting to talk to you about all day. Kazumi, how was your second day at school? Well, I hated to question her so sternly right when she got home, but I can't stand it when she doesn't answer me. Your mother asked you a question. What's wrong? I hate you, mommy! Huh? What? Why? Kazumi runs up the stairs to her room. I think she's just upset because she didn't want to go to school today. She's not adjusting very well. Her teacher said that she hasn't spoken a word yet. It didn't sound like today was any better. You don't think that she's having the same anxiety about leaving the house as you, do you? I'm really afraid of that. It could be a learned behavior. Maybe she's copying you. If that's the case, you're going to have to work really hard on getting out of here. So this is all my fault? I'm just saying that her brain, or chemistry, or whatever could be similar to yours. It could also be a learned behavior. Or it could just be a little girl that's afraid to go to school. Do you ever realize that she doesn't have any friends? Oh, I never thought about that. I guess we never really made it a priority. How could we have missed that? Kento shrugs his shoulders. I guess I didn't notice because friends aren't really a big part of my life. I mean, I just have a few. You know what I was thinking today? What? You told me that she talks when she goes to the grocery store with you, didn't you? Yeah, of course she does. She likes helping me pick out the stuff that she likes to eat. So she talks while you guys are there, right? Yeah, I just said that. But I remember we ran to Aya at the store one time. And? As soon as she saw her, she refused to say another word. That's weird. She does the same thing when Aya comes to the house. Why didn't you tell me about that? I thought she was just being shy. I mean, she's still really little. I wonder what is about her that she doesn't like. Maybe I should have her talk to Dr. Hamasaki. You've been seeing her for several years with no improvement whatsoever. Are you sure that's a good idea? I decided a long time ago that I didn't want to change therapists again, despite everything that's happened. Besides, I always feel better after I talk to her. Fine, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Does Kazumi talk when she comes here? I'm not sure. I usually ask her to play in her room or take a nap when she's here. I never really noticed, nor made an effort to have her meet her. I remember Dr. Hamasaki waving to her a few times, but she comes here to work, so she doesn't spend a lot of time trying to talk to her. 2 days later. Dear Lord, I really need to get my hair cut. Hello? Miss Yui, this is Miss Eguchi, Kazumi's teacher. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to follow up with you about my daughter. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So, Kazumi's a really lovely girl, but I still haven't been able to get her to say a word. Really? Does she talk to other kids? No, I don't think so, but she does run around with them outside. But she doesn't say anything? No, I'm afraid she doesn't. I just don't understand it. I have a therapist coming to see her today, so I'll let you know what I found out. That would be wonderful. There was one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. In these first few days of school, we've had an unusual number of incidents. What kind of incidents? Well, one student already has a broken arm from falling off the slide. How can you fall off the slide? I never experienced that, and also never seen that. Another was cut by a pair of safety scissors, and a lot of the children have been sent home from some messy cases of diarrhea. There may be a stomach bug going around or something. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear about all of that. No, don't be. You see, I'm calling because in all of these situations, Kazumi always seems to be around. Also, she seems to be one of the only children that hasn't been affected by the illness. What are you saying? You don't think that she pushed someone off the slide, do you? No, nothing like that. I just find it odd. Okay. Would you mind asking the parents about it? If she was involved, I really need to know right away. Do you think that she isn't ready to go to school? Oh no, she's actually very delightful. Her handwriting is excellent, and she draws the most lovely pictures. Did you know that she can even read? Really? I don't think I ever seen her read or write anything significant. Well, I didn't actually hear her, but as I read, she was able to follow the words with her finger, and when I made a mistake, she would look up at me confused and somewhat irritated. I'm sure that she must have been reading. Perhaps you can ask her to read one of her school books later. She's really very remarkable. I'll try that. Miss Eguchi, thank you so much. Kento, can you come here please? Whoa, that's really strange. I have a bad feeling about this. Do you think she has serious issues this early? Maybe. Just don't. I don't want to get upset right before Mrs. Hamasaki gets here. Can you just stay with us during the therapy session? I think we should do the therapy session by ourselves. Can you stay with us? That's probably a good idea. I should really see what's going on here. I can just look through my magazine and try to stay out of the way. That must be her. Hi, Kimiko. You'll have to excuse my outfit. I met a friend for lunch and didn't have time to change before coming here. No, you look lovely. You look beautiful. You just wear whatever you feel comfortable in. Do you think that you can help me with my daughter? You know, I should tell you that I'm not a child psychologist. It's fine, really. Maybe you can just try to observe and provide a referral if necessary. We can certainly see how it goes. I will ask you to try and remain quiet as much as possible during the session. You should try to avoid influencing her in any way. Okay. Kazumi, can you come down here, please? Kazumi, this is Miss Hamasaki. Can you say hello to her? Kazumi? Please say hello to her, I'll be very disappointed. I'm very sorry, I guess she doesn't want to say hello. This might make her cry, so this one. Dr. Hamasaki pulls some pads of paper and drawing materials out of her bag. Kazumi looks over to see what the noise is. Dr. Hamasaki begins to draw clouds in the sky. When Kazumi walks over to look, she asks her if Kazumi can draw the grass, trees, and anything else that she can think of. You've done a wonderful job. It's beautiful. The doctor paints to what seems to be one of the heads. The doctor points to what seems to be one of the heads. Can you tell me who this is? Kazumi points to herself and Dr. Hamasaki looks disturbed. She swallows hard and attempts to continue the session normally. She then points to the other head. And can you tell me who this is? Kazumi points to herself for a second time. And where are your mommy and daddy? Kazumi starts to cry. Oh, I'm sorry. You've done a wonderful job. Thank you so much for helping me make this wonderful picture. It will do very well on my fridge at home. Why don't you run along and play so I can say goodbye to your mommy and daddy? Kazumi hurries up the stairs to her room. Does my daughter think that she has two heads? I will need to do some research on this. Please don't ask her about it. If she finds out that she will be questioned about whatever she draws, she may close up entirely. Can you tell me more about what's happening in school? Well, there have been a number of strange things that we've noticed at school and at the grocery store. What kind of things? Well, her teacher just told me that she may have been involved with cutting a girl with scissors and pushing a boy off the slide. Dr. Hamasaki stiffens and tries to maintain her composure. Can I speak to you as a family friend? Certainly, you're aware of the risk factors Kazumi has for mental illness. She's going to need consistent observation to ensure that she develops properly. Are you saying that I'm not doing enough? I'm just unsure why you didn't talk to me about this sooner. Well, it's not like I'm neglecting her, if that's what you're saying. I didn't mean for you to get upset. I'm going to take some photos of these drawings and follow up with my colleagues, just in case I have missed something. I think that I got along well with Kazumi, so it might be best to stay with the same therapist. I'll follow up with you next week to see what you'd like to do.